Joining us for our book feature this morning is a qualified journalist, columnist and media relations specialist who's now added author to his list of achievements. Bhekisisa Mncube has penned down his debut memoir that he titled The Love Diary of a Zulu Boy, a read that gives us an honest insight of how he was sexually assaulted as a child, his interracial love story with Professor D, and his sexual encounters with various women over the years. Well, Bhekisisa is here to tell us all about this book. Good morning and welcome to Morning Live.
Good morning, Pearl.
So great to have you. Now, give us a brief outline of this book and why you describe it as an apology to all these women that you have wronged, and why the decision to publish it now at this particular point in your life.
Well, the story is inspired by my life with my wife of 17 years. And while I was writing my story, which is a love story, I mean, the love diary of a Zulu boy is a romance memoir. It didn't happen to me that there was a disjuncture between the way I have loved and I've been loved in the last 17 years compared to the days of my youth. And then thought, well, I might as well include other bizarre experiences that I've encountered in the past and own up to the misdemeanors that I committed against women, including assault, including not even bordering about concern when it comes to sexual matters. And yeah, then I decided this is about time that I do this, I do it for my children, so that my son must know how not to treat women, so that my daughter will say, Daddy is a man, because he knows how to own up to his own past.
And have you in real life actually apologized to those women you have wronged?
I've lost contact with most of them.
Okay.
So I've not had a chance to do it in person. But if given a chance, I'll do it.
And what are some of the differences when you juxtapose the love that you described back then when you first experienced it maybe as a teenager and the love that you felt and have experienced over the last 17 years?
Well, I always describe it this way. I say my current relationship and marriage to Professor D, who happened to be white South African, her love for me is pure and unselfish. You know, she is what I refer to as a repository of my childhood dream. You know, I always had a dream to start a family line, a line separate from that of my father, and build a house or a home filled with happiness, filled with love, filled with vision, and filled with contentment. And that is what has been achieved. So I am grateful for her that she allowed me to be part of her life. And inevitably, she became part of my story.
Indeed. Now, the book follows lots of themes. There's issues of lust, of love, of sex, of obsession, of loss, of friendship, betrayal. Tell us about just some of those themes, one or two.
Well, I think the worst case I ever encountered was a case of a woman named Lindiwe. I was bewitched. I'm sitting here today because I survived. I was in love with her at a time when my life was really in the cul-de-sac of some sort, around 1997 to 1998. I was living in informal settlement in Inanda, and I met this woman. She was dark, she was beautiful and everything, but it turned out that all she ever wanted was sex and sex and sex. And then after we broke up, years later, she came back, and I went back looking for her, and it didn't work out. And then when I started dating my current wife, she went to a sorceress. And I couldn't sleep at night. Linda was always there in my dreams. I had wet dreams, yes.
Sure.
I suffered for at least 2 years. And I went home to my father, whom I don't particularly like. I explained my problem. We went to various faith healers, various traditional leaders, Nyanga, the works, until I was referred to a woman somewhere in Tseleni, Sis Dora. And she sorted me out.
Indeed, and also, I mean, there are also some painful memories that you've had to sort of relive, or maybe things that you're not proud of that you've had to relive while writing this book. Earlier on, you mentioned the assault. Is there any other thing in particular that jumps up for you?
I think the assault does jump out for me because I'm still in contact with the woman who suffered. And we were in a WhatsApp conversation about 6 months ago. She went on to get married, and unfortunately, her husband just passed away last year. But you see, we had a lot of things that catch up we had to do. You know, there's a lot of that was left undone. So as a result, I've not really been able to say sorry to her. But how it happened, I was still at high school, and she was my girlfriend, and then she failed to turn up for an appointment on a Friday night.
Indeed.
That's all.
All right.
And the next thing I was fighting.
Indeed, and we'll have to read the book for more on that. But very quickly, where can we buy the book? Where is it available?
The book is available nationwide, actually across the world. It's available at Exclusive Books, at Adams, at CNA, and online at Loot, at Take-A-Lot, and Amazon. Well,
I'll tell you, this book is packed of a lot of emotion. It's a roller coaster. Thank you so much for putting it together for all those lovers of books out there. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Pam.
Well, that's author of The Love Diary of a Zulu Boy, Bhekisisa Mncube, and he's been helping us unpack his debut romance memoir that officially launched at Love Books in Marlville, Johannesburg last week.